Hi guys! So how are you doing? So it's Monday, March the 12th, and I'm super happy, like always, to be recording this podcast. So today is episode 8 of season 2 of Inspirations. That's my podcast about yarn dyeing and knitting. And my name is Christelle, and you can find me almost everywhere as Tricot Stitch. It's also the name of my Etsy shop. So all the useful links are just below. You just click on plus and you will be able to access all the useful links, so that the link to the Etsy shop, the link to the newsletter, which is a must. When you are a newsletter subscriber, you receive the information about the shop update, the weekly shop update before anyone else, and you have kind of a, you know, an advance on the others if you wish to shop something very specific. You can also reply directly to the newsletter if you want to get in touch with me. That's absolutely the best way to get in touch, via email, and you can just hit reply on the newsletter. So if you're new to the podcast, thank you so much for checking me out. You can just, you know, in the show notes, you will see a list of all the things I'm covering in this episode, and you can find also the time codes if you want to, if you are a returning viewer, for which I thank you very much. You can just skip the general info at the beginning of the episode and go directly to the content. So also, I wanted to let you know that I forgot completely, because I'm not much into that, but it's actually been a year since I've reopened my Etsy shop. So I just wanted to take a few moments to look back and again thank you, because I think I'm thanking you almost every episode. But if I look back one year ago, it was just the start of just before the start of the lockdown in France for us. We had no idea this was coming, and most importantly, I had no idea this whole idea of opening the Etsy shop would make such a difference, because I've been working as a solo entrepreneur for now over a year. I think I started officially on July 2019, but I didn't open the Etsy shop until March 2020, because actually I had a hard time figuring out what to do first, because I'm also a knitting designer, although this part of my activity has taken a second seat over the last year. I'd say now first that I'm an indie dyer, and second a knitting designer, but for a long time, very long time, I've been first of all a knitting designer. And you know, I had a hard time figuring out how all this would be working together, and I was not very patient. I thought that at the time everything should fall into place like immediately, and being short of that objective was just failure. I was so mistaken. After 1 year under my belt of working Tricot Stitch yarn shop full-time, I can say that things take time. Things really take time to, you know, build up and work all together. And what I can say is that over the last year, I've just blown my objectives, my most, you know, ambitious objectives for this activity have been met, and I mean not just met, but I've been over the objectives, and wow, that's just huge for me, really huge, because last year I was still, 1 year ago actually, I was more like, okay, I'm trying that. If doesn't work out, I'm going to, you know, do something else, get a job in another place, or okay, just not an issue. I'm just trying out, and if it doesn't work out, okay, I'll do something else. And I went from this mindset to this is actually working. This is actually working. And now the question I'm asking to myself, the questions I'm asking to myself are not is it going to work? Will I have to find another job? Now, I mean, it's not completely excluded that I will be asking myself those questions in a short future. I don't know what tomorrow is made of, and I'm a bit superstitious, so okay, I won't get smug here. I'm not getting smug. Okay, Murphy's Law. But I must say that recently, most recently, the questions I've been asking myself are, how can I grow? And that's just awesome. So yeah, that's so cool. So thank you guys, because I'm saying that a lot, but in the newsletter and here, but everything is thanks to you. It's because you're here, and that you are more and more here, that this is possible. So thank you so much. So also, I just wanted to remind you that in a perfect system, the podcast is published on YouTube every Monday at 5 p.m. Paris time. The newsletter goes out every Monday at 5 p.m. Paris time, and the shop is updated every Monday afternoon at 5 p.m. Paris time. Everything is in the shop. So yeah, that's how it works for Tricot Stitch. And also a word on the pre-orders. So last week I posted something on Instagram telling you guys that the pre-orders turnaround has gone back to 1 to 2 weeks, because if you watched the last episode, because the Sock Knitter's Almanac colorway for March was a tremendous success, I had to increase my turnaround, my dyeing turnaround, to 2 to 3 weeks, just to make sure to meet every pre-orders in a timely manner. But now I've made good progress, and it's back to 1 to 2 weeks. So yeah. And I'm actually asking myself, how can I dye more yarn in the same amount of time? So how can I dial back the turnaround time to maybe 1 week? I'm just thinking about it, just so you know. That's so cool. Okay, and so yes, for any other pre-order like Westfield Wanderer kits or any other pre-orders, the dyeing turnaround is 3 weeks. I mean, almost 90% of the time I'm sending out the pre-orders much sooner than that, but I find that having the 3 weeks enables me to organize my work more efficiently, and to make sure your order is not delayed. So the turnaround, dyeing turnaround of 1 to 2 weeks is only for the Sock Knitter's Almanac. The other pre-orders are 3 weeks. Okay, so now the work in progress, because last week there was not much knitting, but this week there is a bit more. So the first project I wanted to share with you is the pattern selection for the Sock Knitter's Almanac in March. So that's the Amberwings socks. And here is the beauty. You can see the little dragonflies. That's Rusimine. That's the Estonian inlay technique that was completely new to me, and that is super easy to do, super easy. So I strongly encourage you to give it a try. It's great. So this is the pattern selection for the month of March of the Sock Knitter's Almanac. The principle of the Sock Knitter's Almanac is to offer you a different colorway each month. It's inspired by a theme linked to the month. So for example, March is inspired by the Irish folklore and the St. Patrick Day. And so the colorway is called Lucky. Here it is. It's neutral base with lots of different shades of green and lots of rainbow speckles. It's very cheery, very festive, and this is the contrasting color because for the Amberwings socks you need a contrasting color. This is Paddy on Extrafine Fingering, and yes, and the base here is Lurex. You can see the sparkle. Okay, so those two work together, and you can pre-order Lucky and Paddy in the shop right now. The turnaround is 1 to 2 weeks. And you can order the colorway on the base of your choice, and Paddy on Extrafine Fingering either on 20 grams or on 100 grams. I'm really enjoying this pattern. I've been feeling very tired the last week, so I didn't have any time to knit at night, for example, because came 8:30 p.m. I was in bed and almost already asleep, so not much knitting done during the evenings, whereas it's a moment where I like to make some progress on my projects, because I really don't have a minute to myself during the weekdays. But I mean, the Almanac is really a project that I love, and ideally I'd like to have one pair of socks per month, but I know that's really ambitious, and I'm at peace with the fact that there will be some socks that will not be finished, but I mean, oh well, that's it, not a problem. I'm still very much, what's important is that I'm still very much enjoying every stitch and every knitting moment that I have, and I think that's the most important. I'm really not after all the efforts for the time being. I mean, it can change, but for the time being. Okay, the other project I wanted to share with you is a design. It's again the same, like every other 2 episodes. Here it is. So that's the Réconfort shawl that I knitted in the autumn of 2020, when I needed to have some comforting. It's a very big shawl knitted on, I think, 5.5 millimeters needle, and I knitted that you know, without taking any notes, just for me. But you were so there were many of you that told me that you loved that shawl and that you wanted a pattern, so I finally put it on the needles. I'm knitting another one. The good news is that it's super easy, super simple, so I'm not having any trouble at all, just, you know, reknitting it the same. So this is the second opus of the Réconfort shawl, and this time I'm using my yarn, because this is not Tricot Stitch, this is some vacation yarn that I bought while I was on vacation like 5 years ago, I think. Some yarn with no label from local producers, the best kind. Okay, but this time around I'm using a new base in the shop that is not in the shop yet, but will be when the Réconfort shawl will be published, and it's a gorgeous decay, a tweeded gorgeous decay. It's beautiful, and I'm pairing it with mohair and silk. So I was not sure to start with the color combination, and just a note on the side, those were dyed together in the same pot during the same session, okay, using only one color, different between bases. Amazing. Okay, so I wasn't sure, but I really love the tweeded. I think it gives the tweed effect another dimension. It's like it's mold, but it reinforces the tweeded aspect of the shawl. It gives it like a very rustic look, but I mean, the only thing rustic about this shawl is the look, because I mean, it's buttery soft. It's very, very soft. So, and it's super sleek, and it drapes well, and yeah, I think it's the perfect match between yarn, pattern, and needle size. Well done, you. Well done. So if everything goes according to plan, this should be finished. I think I will, yeah, the target date for me to publish it is like in autumn, because it's really something that's not meant to be knitted during the summer months. So yes, more news on that. I'm going to knit it very slowly over the next weeks. I'm going to take my time, and with the objective of having it ready for fall of this year. That's the plan. Next project I want to share with you, yeah, much more knitting, I told you guys, is the Embarkation Mystery Card by Cindy Garland. It's part of the Stunning Mystery Club. So if you don't want to see, just because it's a mystery card, so if you don't want to be spoiled, just go to the other, just advance, go forward a bit. This is the Embarkation, and this is clue 3. So this is a very beautiful shawl, lace shawl, with like a lace sampler with different lace stitches, and that one is absolutely gorgeous with the beads. It's beautiful. And the shawl so far is ravishing. I love it. I love it. So I'm really enjoying it. I'm knitting that on the weekends. It's my break. It's not my yarn, it's not my pattern. It's a mystery card. So I love mystery cards. So that's really my, you know, my weekend, my go-to weekend project. And so far I'm keeping up with the clues. Well, I'm 2 clues behind everybody else, because the yarn came from the US and I got it like with 2 weeks delay. But I'm still knitting a clue a week, and I'm not in the group, so I'm not going in the group because I don't want to be spoiled. So I'm going to start working on clue 4 on Saturday, and the rest of the group is going to start clue 6 next, I think it's next Saturday. Okay, the last project I want to share with you is the Westfield Wanderer. So you won't be like shocked or surprised by the amount of knitting I put in it, because it's not much, only a few rows. But I mean, when the rows are over 360 stitches, yeah, it's kind of a lot. That baby is so big. But what's very cool about that, it's only either knit across or purl across, so it's very easy and fast. Well, did I say fast? Not fast. Easy. You don't have to, you know, rack your brain to follow up a chart or anything like that. It's just that I really don't have the energy to work on it. So I'm telling you guys, spoiler alert, I don't think this will be finished by the end of the month. You know, it's part of the Whip Go initiative. Whip Go this month, I need to finish a spinning project, and so far I've almost done nothing, and it's already the 12th of March, so almost half, we are halfway of the month. So spinning is almost nothing, and that is going very slowly. So yeah, I'm afraid the Whip Go magic I was mentioning in the first episode of the month has evaporated, unfortunately. But it's not a problem. I mean, I'm again at peace with it. I'm going to... It's a very big project. It's a very big shawl. It's a schlanket, actually. So it's okay if it takes forever to knit. Anyway, I will be enjoying it once it's done, and that's it. I don't have any pressure with that. And while I'm in the Westfield Wanderer, you might have noticed that there is not 7 colors, but 7 texture. And in the shop, a listing that I really love is kits. I'm dyeing kits for you guys for this pattern using 7 different bases, dyed especially for you after an inspiration picture that you sent me, and after we discuss exactly what is it you wish for this kit. The super thing about this kit is that when you purchase it, it's free shipping worldwide. And I'm going to show you the last kit that I dyed for this pattern. So my customer wanted something that goes from went from black from gray, black, burgundy, red. So this is Silket Fluff. Everything is dyed in the same dish, in the same pot. So this is Silket Fluff. Okay, so that's the first base. Then you have the slub yarn, which is more, this is gray with dashes of, you know, burgundy, but very, very soft. This is a slub yarn with more black. Then you have this gorgeous, and I think I'm going to try and reproduce this for the shop, this gorgeous Mohair silk in almost black with a little burgundy undertone. This is so beautiful. I love that kit. Next is Merinos Yak and Silk, and this is more burgundy. You see the progression. Then you have Merkid, again more and more, wait, it's less dark. Then you have Syrian Silk, oops, Syrian Silk, and the last is very red, and it's Stellina, and it shines, it's beautiful. So this is the kit I dyed for this customer. I'm really happy with the result. I hope she likes it too. She loves it actually. And this is how it looks. And I think it's going to be the most beautiful Westfield Wanderer. Gorgeous. So you can order your own Westfield Wanderer kit. You just have to drop me a message. You can buy the kit directly on Etsy, and you drop me a message on Etsy to discuss your color choices and initiate the dyeing session. Then I wanted to share with you what's going to be new in the shop this week. So everything is in the shop already. There is not much yarn this week because I'm currently pretty busy dyeing all the pre-orders for the Sock Knitter's Almanac. There will be more new colorways, or well, new skeins available in the shop towards the end of the month, but still there is a bit of yarn, just a little bit of yarn. So you have this beautiful Écorce, which is a very cold brown. You have 3 skeins, and I have an exhaustion colorway. So exhaustion colorway is colorway that I dyed with all the leftover powders and dyes from this previous session or previous sessions. And this is, you can tell that I dyed some red because in burgundy. Usually my exhaustion colorways are more neutral with toward gray or beige. This time around it's a beautiful Dusty Lilac, and that's the name of the colorway, Dusty Lilac. And with the occasional, you know, auto speckling, because that's not me putting speckles of the yarn, it's the beauty of the exhaustion colorway. Here it is, and it's in the shop. You can find this in the Curiosité section of the shop. That's where I'm putting the odd bases that I have only occasionally, and all the exhaustion colorways. Also new in the shop this week, be ready, there is a cuteness alert. Just ling, ling, ling. New markers, and brace yourself for the Chabigny. So that's cat donuts. So you have 6 of them. You have the sugar coated ones, blue, pink, and you have a brown chocolate one, and you have the fruit frosted fruit coating, that's the pink. You have a blue, yeah, I don't, is it focusing? Yes, okay. And the last one is purple, like blueberries. I mean, I crushed hard on those. I crushed very hard on those. They are so cute. So you can order them with different finishings, like, you know, usually. This is shown on dormeuse, which is in between the rings and the lobster claw, because you can open them and put them directly on the needles. You can order them with simple rings, with triangular rings, or with lobster claw. So it's up to you guys. Also, I know I mentioned that Aimable will be in the shop, but unfortunately I still haven't received my package to show it to you. But I think I will be receiving it. Well, the DHL is supposed to be delivering it on Monday morning, so it should be okay to be in the shop by Monday afternoon. So I don't have anything to show you because it's not arrived yet, but what I can show you are the super cool Aimable catalogs. And I mean, this is so cool that I'm just, you know, browsing them for pleasure. So this is the one dedicated to crafts, the crafts catalog 2021. And for example, I must say that I ordered each and every reference from this page except this one, because I don't know, I'm not really you know, I don't know why I'm not super happy with this design, but the other ones are just gorgeous. So everything, I think those won't be in the shop on Monday because this will be delivered like sometime in April. But what I did is, what should be in the shop are those, for example, the thing I mentioned last episode, the Sea Life series. I ordered, I think, some tote bags. I ordered also a restock on all the teens. So you will find all the teens, the little ones and the middle ones. So the Stitch Birdies will be back in stock. Oh, sorry, Stitch Birdies will be back in stock. I don't know about the shipping sweaters. I think this will be in April. But yes, the mini teens, I ordered some more for Stitch Birdies. So anything that's out of stock in the Stitch Birdies series will be restocked. Also, if you see something that you like that I don't have in the shop, just don't hesitate to let me know, because what is very cool about Aimable is that I can order in small quantities. So if something strikes your fancy, just let me know and I will be able to order, you know, just 3 or 4 of them. Also in the shop on Monday you will have some beautiful stickers of the Sea Life series and the Stitch Birdies as well. Already in the shop are the stickers for the shipping sweaters and the woolly puffins. Also all the pins will be back in stock on Monday. So here is my little personal collection. So you have the woolly puffins here and here, shipping sweaters, and the Stitched Birdies series. Everything will be back in stock on Monday. I really hope DHL is going to deliver my order as planned. What I wanted to share with you, so that's the craft catalog, but there is this even bigger, you know, more general catalog of Aimable. And I just wanted to let you know about the new series that are coming to the shop later this year. First one being Penguins and Pullovers. This is going to be so awesome. So as you can see, the Aimable range of things is very, very large. So you have all the things craft related here, but you have so much more. like the mugs. I have some in the shop sometimes, but before I order mugs or things less, you know, knitting related, I usually test that you like the series on things knitted related. So if when there is the first update on the penguin and pullovers, for example, if you like it, I will be ordering more afterwards. So another series that will be expanded in the coming weeks is the Stitch Birdies series that I know you loved, so I'm going to expand the series as well. But you see there is a lot of things in there. There is a mug as well. It's lovely. And the new series I wanted to introduce you to is the Sea Life series. So it's so beautiful. So this is going to be in the shop. This is going to be in the shop on Monday. And what I did, I ordered myself I took an apron for the studio because I don't have one for the time being. I'm dying without one, which is really not very intelligent of myself. And yeah, I'm going to, you know, die with a beautiful apron. Another series I'm considering bringing in the shop is this one, because I mean, look at her, the Highland Q. So the Highland Q is not knitting related really. You just have a couple of things that you can, you know, take for knitting related things, like the tin box, the round tin box, or you can enjoy a tea or a coffee in this lovely mug. I'm really looking to purchase this one. Maybe I have a spare apron for the studio or even for my kitchen. Yeah, so that's why I wanted to share it with you. And if you don't know Emma Ball yet, she designs the most beautiful things. And for example, if you want to have a look at her style, I think the best thing is to look at cards. For example, this is an example of all the cards that she has in each series. So that's the Stitched Birdies series. Again, I don't have a lot of cards in the shop, but if you wish some, you just drop me a message. And this is this shipping sweaters. There is a lot of beautiful cards, a lot. Woolly puffings, for example, also are gorgeous. So gorgeous. So I'm sorry I can't show you guys exactly what will be in the shop on Monday. There will be some Emma Ball, but I'm not sure what exactly. Because some items are still out of stocks. Some will be restocked during April, maybe beginning of May. I'm thinking about all the mugs. I'm thinking about the drawstring bags, for example. I think the dipped pouch are all in stock and I should have them in the shop on Monday. But the drawstring bags, for example, I know I won't have them until mid-April, something like that. So yeah, that will be a surprise shop update with Emma on Monday. There will be more information in the newsletter, so if you have not subscribed yet, I strongly encourage you to subscribe now to make sure you receive the newsletter on Monday. Okay guys, that's it for today. Thank you very much for watching me until the end. If you liked the episode, don't hesitate to put a thumb up and subscribe to the channel, that's always nice. And I will see you next Monday. So have a lovely week. Ciao!